These are the cheapest pieces of in-ear monitor gear that I could find on Temu. First, we have a dual wireless in-ear monitor system for around $150. We have the tiniest and cheapest wireless in-ear monitor system I've ever seen. It's only $37. There's a set of in-ear monitor earbuds with 8 drivers per earbud for only $61. Also a set of dual driver in-ear monitor earbuds for just $9. And also I have some wired solutions for in-ear monitors for $32 and $17. I used some of this gear at my live shows recently, and I'm going to share my experience about using this live. And also, I'm going to give you a brief rundown on each of the items. Also, at the end of the video, I will be doing a giveaway to my subscribers, so be sure to stick around so you can find out how you can win some of this for yourself. Throughout the video, I'm going to give you some tips and advice if you do decide to use budget-friendly gear live, especially if you're using budget-friendly wireless. Those tips will definitely help you set you up for success if you do decide to use some of this gear live. If you are brand new to in-ear monitors, you know nothing about it, or you know very little about it, I do highly suggest that you watch my beginner's guide to in-ear monitors first, so you understand some of the things I'm going to go over in this video. This isn't a video about how to set up your in-ear monitors or anything like that. This video is going to focus on the gear reviews themselves. So all of these products can be found on the site Temu, and they are the sponsor of today's video. However, just like always, all the opinions in this video are my own. So be sure to use the link down below in the description so you can download the Temu app and you can get yourself a $100 coupon bundle. You can use that link down below in the description, or there's also a code that you can input in order to get that $100 coupon bundle. You can find the details down below in the description or as the pinned comment. So that's enough of the intro. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and let's check out the cheapest in-ear monitor gear on Temu. First up, we have a dual wireless in-ear monitor system that can come with either 2 body packs, 4 body packs, or even 8 body packs. So what's included with this system? So you get the main receiver right here, you get a pair of antennas, and then you can either get the pack that has 2 receivers, 4 receivers, or up to 8 receivers. I have the one that has 4. You also get 4 sets of headphones. The in-ear monitors are included with this, and you get 4 TS cables for connecting in the back. That's quite a bit of stuff that you get for such an affordable price. So you can see on the back here that both of the channels have 2 separate inputs for plugging in, and they are the combo jacks, which are XLR or 1/4 inch. Also amazing. Usually cheaper in-ear monitors have either just 1/4 inch or just XLR. This one has both, and you do have level adjustments for each of the 4 different inputs here on the back using these. So I'm going to screw in the antennas here in the back, plug in power, and turn it on. So it is quite easy to control. So you can see when I push the set button and then I twist the knob right here, I can scroll through different group and channels. So you can see right now I'm scrolling through group 1 and going through some of the different frequency options. And I can do the same thing on both of them. So here on this one, let me go to group 4 and then choose one of the channels. So let's go with group 4, channel 1. And now the frequencies are set. You also do get a headphone out on each side with volume control on each. And that is pretty much it. You basically set the channel and you're ready to go. The body packs take 2 AA batteries. Plug in your headphones here on the top and then power it on. In order to set the channel, open it up. You can change the bank, which is the group, I guess it's called banks on this one, and the channel. So I'm going to set this one to the same bank and channel that I set the other one to, and it's ready to go. And you can see that I can see battery indicator, the frequency that I'm on, the strength of the RF signal, as well as an audio meter. That's basically it. Very, very basic system. So before I gigged with this live, I did a quick test just at home. I wanted to test the range of this. So I just connected my phone to one of the inputs and I decided to walk around to see how strong the signal strength was. The RF signal strength, if you're not familiar with that, is the strength of the wireless signal. So when the bars start to go down, that means you're about to lose signal. So I decided to walk around my house and check to see how strong the RF signal strength would be, especially if I went through walls and upstairs and stuff like that. And I got all the way up to the opposite side of my house through a bunch of walls, and the RF signal strength is still all the way up 100%. You can hear when I did this test, I was pretty impressed.
No way. It hasn't cut out at all.
But yeah, I never lost signal doing this test. I was really impressed that the RF signal strength was that solid, especially for something so cheap. I brought it to one of my shows. So when I got to the show, I was explaining to my bandmates, hey, Temu sent me this for the channel. It's like $150 for this thing. And my singer was like, oh, there's 2 of them. Cool. Can I use the other one? So I used one and he used the other one. And it worked fantastic all night. My singer even said that he liked them over his current ones that he actually had. They really sound good. The audio quality is fantastic. Didn't have any problems with cutouts or anything like that. It was pretty great. I think these have a great tuning bandwidth, 30 megahertz of range. One of the things I really love about this is that both of the channels or both of the different in-ear monitor mixes span the entire length of, in this case, 550 to 580. What a lot of cheap ones do is they'll divide it up. So like the first in-ear monitor side will only have 550 to 565 megahertz. And then the next one will have 565 to 580. I like that both of them span the entire 30 megahertz tuning bandwidth. I like that it already has the rack mounts available for it. The thing is that they didn't drill the holes that you need in order to bring the antennas to the front. That would definitely be nice, but again, at this price point, you really can't be that picky with any features that are left out. So you will have to buy just a way to get like the antennas up to the front if you do put this in a rack. Don't bury the antennas in the back of the rack. It's one of the biggest mistakes that you can do. Always have clear line of sight for your antennas from the transmitter to the receiver. I did not try out the headphones or the earbuds that came with it. And the reason why is because part of the giveaway is I am giving away this system to one of my subscribers at the end of the video. And I decided to give you guys the earwax free giveaway. So I didn't try those on. But even then, in my opinion, even if they didn't come with headphones, that's still an absolutely insane deal. So it does look like there are a few different versions of this. You always get the transmitter that has the 2 in-ear monitor systems in it, but you can get it with 2 body packs, 4 body packs, or even up to 8 body packs. So the price will obviously change based on that. Do just keep in mind, if you're familiar with the trick of where you set the transmitter to stereo and then you set your packs to mono and you pan left or right, and you could get 4 mono sends versus 2 stereo sends. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I do have a video going over this trick. This system does not have a way to pan, so you are not able to do that. You get 2 in-ear monitor mixes with this, and if you add more receivers, you can always connect to the same frequency, but then musicians have to share a mix. You can have 2 musicians on mix A and then 2 musicians on mix B, for example. Still, absolutely crazy deal. Okay, next up is the cheapest and tiniest wireless in-ear monitor system that I've ever seen. This is the system right here. You can see how absolutely tiny these are. Each of them do have a clip for you to attach to a belt or wherever you're trying to attach it to. But on the side, turn them on. Put them next to each other. You can see they're blinking and they've paired with each other. And that's basically it. Very, very simple. On the receiver, plug your headphones in here at the top, and you have volume adjustments with plus or minus buttons here. You can set this to mono or stereo based on the type of signal that you're getting. If you are running into a problem where you're hearing sound only in one earbud, switch it to mono and that'll fix it. But this is a stereo system if you want it to be. On the transmitter, same thing, switch it to mono or stereo based on what you're getting, and it charges over USB-C, and a dual cable is included for charging these. $37 for a wireless in-ear monitor system is absolutely insane, but I did perform with this live and it worked very well. The main 2 limitations I want you to be aware of is that 1, you don't have a way to change the channel. So if you show up to a gig and the channel that you're on is getting interference, you don't have a way to change the channel. And then my second piece of advice is don't use a bunch of these all at once. The biggest mistake I see with wireless gear being used all the time is people going, oh my God, it's only $37. I can get my entire band on in-ear monitor systems for like, what's the math on that? Less than $200. The way that it normally works is that the more wireless you have on stage at once, the more higher end wireless you need to get. Don't fall into the trap of having too much cheap wireless on stage all at once. When I performed with this live, it was just me doing a solo acoustic live looping set. It was the only cheap wireless that I had on stage, and I was performing solo. Having said all that, still an insane deal for $37, even as a backup, even as something to practice with at home. Pretty crazy deal. Okay, next up, we have some in-ear monitor earbuds, the earbuds themselves. So this first set right here is 8 drivers per earbud. That's crazy. That's more than what I have in my professional in-ear monitor systems. You can see they look really nice. They've got a really nice packaging. You get a couple of tips based on your ear size, and you also get the cable in here to attach to the earbuds. Pretty simple, they're earbuds. And also we have this one, which is a dual driver in-ear monitor system. So 2 drivers per earbud for only $9. That is the absolute cheapest I've ever seen in-ear monitors. And these do also look pretty cool as well. Really nice design. And the tips and cables are also included in this one. So there's not a whole lot more detail I can go in with earbuds. The thing that I like about these is that they're the over-the-ear earbuds, which are great. Those are a lot better than the ones that just go into your ear, especially when you're performing, especially if you're high energy or something like that. But how do they sound? Well, I'm also giving away these as part of the giveaway at the end of the video. And again, I'm giving you guys the earwax free version of them. The thing is that I have tried the KZ in-ear monitor earbuds before. I tried their dual driver in-ear monitor system before, and they sounded great. So I can only imagine that the 8 driver one is going to sound awesome. And with the 2 driver one, they're $9. If you are buying a $9 set of in-ear monitors, you cannot be the guy who's going, the 1K was a little bit bright and there was a little bit of roll off around the 300 hertz region. For $9, you can't be that guy. Even just getting the $9 option as a backup is a great idea. Okay, next up is some solutions for some wired in-ear monitor solutions. So I looked and I couldn't find any headphone amps, the ones that like clip onto your belt pack and it's just an input and you have like a volume switch on the top. But that's okay, because actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I use these types of mixers to give our drummer or a stationary musician an in-ear monitor mix, and more importantly, a fail-safe so that our drummer can always turn up the click if they need it. So you have 2 different options here. You have a 4-input mixer, or you also have a 2-input mixer. I think most people can get away with the 2, but I'm going to show you why my drummer personally uses the 4-channel one. And you can see how absolutely tiny these mixers are. Very, very portable. So starting with the 4-channel one, it's a standard mixer. I'm not going to go over all the settings on the mixer, but it's powered over micro USB. I wish it was USB-C, but at this price point, I can't be too picky. So I can either plug it into a wall outlet, which it's included, or I can also use this with like a power bank, and I can use this portably, which is great. So this is the way that I would do this for my drummer, and this is the way that we do it. We play to tracks, so it's really important that our drummer is always able to hear the click track. So first of all, what we do is I'll send him an in-ear monitor mix into this first input right here, for example. So his master mix of everything else, he can control the volume of that with this knob right here. Now, what we do is we have a dual direct box with 2 inputs and 2 outputs. So what we'll do is coming out of the iPad that has the tracks, we're going to plug in the side that has tracks here on the left, and the side that has click here on the right. Now, we're going to run out the XLR output to front of house or to our in-ear monitor rack. Wherever you're trying to send your backing tracks to, that's where you're going to plug into this left XLR signal. And wherever you're routing your click track to, you're going to plug that into the right. I personally run our click track to the in-ear monitor so all of us can hear it. If you aren't familiar with how to set up backing tracks, I do have a video going over that as well. But here's the thing, is that this direct box, most of them have a through port. So it goes in and then directly passes it through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in a cable here for our tracks track and plug that into input 2. I'm going to plug in another 1/4-inch cable into the through of the click track and plug that into this third input right here. So now my drummer has this mixer sitting right next to him, easy access. If he needs to turn up or down the master mix, he adjusts the first slider. If he needs more backing tracks, he turns up the second slider. And most importantly, if he needs more click track, he has one button that he has to turn, and he automatically has more click track in his ears. Of course, the mixer also has master level control for the headphones out as well. Extremely helpful. And again, this is the way that we do it live. And this setup can also be done with this little 2-channel mixer as well. This one is powered with USB-B. Again, the cable is provided, and I'm going to run it off the power bank, which is nice. But his full mix is going to go into input 1, and then just the click track is going to go into input 2. Not every drummer needs to hear the backing tracks on its own separate channel. You could get that from your main mix. But now, again, if you need more of a general mix, turn up input 1. But most importantly, if you need more click track, one knob right here, and you can hear more click track. And also, you can also use this as a stereo in-ear monitor mix for your drummer. If you push this button right here, then it turns into a stereo in-ear monitor mix. And this will be the left and this will be the right. Pretty cool. So this doesn't just have to apply to the drummer as well. It can be applied to other musicians. I did a consulting call recently, which you can book me for a consulting call if you have questions. But he basically just needed a little 2-channel mixer in order to get his full mix and then just the click track because he was starting to play the backing tracks. Now, one of the things you might be asking is, well, what about the headphone, like the length of the cable for your headphones if you're not using wireless in-ear monitors? Well, luckily, Temu has a 5-meter headphone extender for just $3. So that will also be linked down below in the description if you do need to extend the headphone. So there you go, the cheapest in-ear monitor gear that I could find on Temu. If you guys found this video helpful, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button. It is a free way to support the channel, feed the YouTube algorithm gods, and I would appreciate it. Again, many thanks to Temu for sponsoring the video, and don't forget to check down below in the description and the pinned comment so you can find out how you can get that $100 coupon bundle. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I am doing a giveaway to my subscribers. In the last Temu video that I did, I said I was giving away all of it. In this video, I'm giving away all of it, except for the stuff for the drummer, because in that band that I play with, the mixer that we were using for that one has been having a lot of issues, so I've actually replaced it with these. So I've already given those to my drummer, and that's what we're going to be using live now is those two mixers. The 4-channel one is his main one, and then the second one is going to be a backup. I swear half of my job as a musician is just having backups. Anyway, so I will be giving away everything else. So I am going to be doing 2 different giveaways. One giveaway will be for that dual in-ear monitor system with the 4 body pack receivers, and then the other one will be of that tiny wireless in-ear monitor system and both of the in-ear monitor earbuds. So in order to enter the giveaway, first of all, you have to be a subscriber. It's only for subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And then second, you have to leave a comment down below and use the magic phrase. If you want to be entered into win the drawing for the dual wireless in-ear monitor system, the magic phrase is Twin Peaks. If you want to be entered to win the tiny wireless in-ear monitor system with 2 sets of earbuds, the magic phrase is Lost. My 2 favorite TV shows of all times, that's what the magic phrase is going to be. You do only have 24 hours to enter, so I will do the drawing announcement on this date right here, and I will notify the winners and announce it in my community tab and an announcement on my Instagram stories. Do keep in mind that more people are probably going to enter for that dual wireless in-ear monitor system, so there'll be more competition in that one, but there'll be less competition in the other one. Also, do remember, never respond to scammers. I will never, ever, ever ask you for money. Period. I will never contact you and say, oh, you won, but you owe me money for shipping. Never. If anyone messages you and pretends to be me and starts asking you for money, that is a scammer. Period. Scammers sometimes show up when I do giveaways. Please don't fall for it. So thank you guys again for watching. 2 other videos of mine to check out. My first Temu video was just on general music gear that I found is some of the cheapest stuff on Temu. And then the one that I released last month was on the cheapest wireless music gear that I found on Temu. You can click both of those videos by clicking the links on your screen now. Thank you guys again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.